You see, there's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't said
worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That's smooth under the rug.
Why?
It all begins with a moment that the world believed it comprehended. On the night of the 2011 MTV Video Music Awards, when Beyonce, radiant and victorious, unfastened her sequin jacket, cradled her belly, and announced to the audience that love was blossoming within her. The cameras captured Jay-Z's face, glowing with pride from the crowd. The cheers were deafening, and the headlines were immediate. However, not everyone perceived it as a miracle. Just weeks later, blurry footage emerged from an Australian talk show, known as the folding clip, where, as she settled into her seat, the bump seemed to deflate unnaturally. Was it merely a camera trick, a wardrobe blunder, or, as some speculated in hushed tones in back rooms and fan forums,
there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
The rekindled controversy is brought to us by Satwait, a name that has only recently entered the public consciousness after he claimed to be the secret son of Jay-Z. In a series of astonishing revelations, Rymir suggested a swap in parentage, implying that Blue Ivy may not actually be the biological child of Beyonce. For those who follow conspiracy theories, this revelation was not entirely unexpected. It connected directly to years of whispered discussions regarding surrogacy, concealed children, and the unyielding image management of the music industry's most private couple. According to he wasn't merely
felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
While the Carters are already navigating a series of unrelated controversies. From legal battles in court to high-profile disputes with industry giants, the timing of his claim seems almost calculated, like a strategic move on a chessboard in a game hidden from public view. Is this a personal grudge masquerading as a revelation? Or could it be the catalyst that unveils a decade's worth of closely guarded secrets? Compounding the situation, a purported former nanny has come forward, asserting that she looked after Blue Ivy as a baby and never witnessed Beyonce's pregnancy. The narrative is explosive, suggesting that the image of the radiant, expectant mother was merely for show, while another woman bore the child behind the scenes. Although this isn't the first time such claims have surfaced, it's uncommon to hear such candid testimony from someone who claims to have been part of the household. If the nanny story holds any truth, it could undermine the very foundation of Beyonce's.
I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
Each album release, every image, and every glimpse of her children that the public gets to witness is meticulously planned. This is why the recent rumors resonate so deeply. If the foundation of her narrative as a mother comes under scrutiny, the consequences could be monumental. Consider the implications for the legend surrounding her career. For the many fans who view her as a symbol of authenticity and strength, the thought that there might be an entirely different reality concealed in plain view.
About me, if I gotta fight for all of us, I will, but I won't let the court systems just walk over me. I won't let Jay-Z, I won't let no one just walk over me and tell me something because y'all just saying this. I want the truth. And if we can't go to the Supreme Courts, the regular courts, to find out the truth, what are they here for?
Yeah, all right. We'll get to the legal things that you've been through, the battles.
Rymir Satwait's participation complicates matters even more. He portrays himself as a wronged insider, driven by a grievance that sparks late-night phone calls and private discussions. His allusions to concealed children and altered parentage have been analyzed meticulously on forums, with his intentions scrutinized in various podcasts. Some perceive him as a resentful opportunist, while others view him as a man bold enough to challenge the most untouchable couple in the entertainment industry.
Yo, don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me.
Then there's the emotional impact. Blue Ivy is not just any celebrity offspring. She has shared the stage with her mother on Grammy-winning records and in blockbuster films. The world has seen her evolve from a swaddled infant in glossy magazine photos to a confident young performer commanding stadiums. Her very existence has been a fundamental part of the Carter brand. If this new story were ever proven true, it wouldn't merely rewrite a chapter, it would incinerate the entire book and begin anew. From an outsider's perspective, Beyoncé's motherhood seems as impeccable as her onstage persona. Family stories, like those from Tina Knowles praising Blue's self-taught piano abilities, her poetry, and her artwork, bolster the image of a talented child raised in a cocoon of love and creativity. Jay-Z emphasizes the importance of spending time with his children above all else. These are glimpses intended to humanize with
out tonight is a family affair. I saw your mother-in-law so proud of.
Yeah,
The more we look back at that folding bump clip, the more difficult it is to overlook how seamlessly it integrates into the series' framework. Was it merely a combination of fabric and posture, or did we witness a brief moment when the facade faltered? In 2011, the public's intrigue revolved around spectacle. By 2025, with years of reflection and a flood of surrounding drama, the clip appears to serve as potential evidence in a long-standing investigation. The pressing question now isn't whether the rumors will dissipate. It's evident they won't, but rather how much more attention they'll receive as other narratives intertwine. West's recent public breakdowns and pointed remarks regarding the Carters have already ignited unrelated controversies. Lawsuits involving individuals who were once closely associated with Jay-Z have generated a constant buzz of scandal. Even outrageous allegations about manipulated celebrities and Hollywood sacrifices have entered the dialogue, fostering an environment where any assertion, regardless of its absurdity, seems to find an audience. Re-story, whether true or not, is emerging at a time when the Carters' protective barriers appear more fragile than ever. Their longtime supporters are preoccupied, some grappling with their own challenges, and the media's hunger for celebrity revelations has only intensified. Despite Beyoncé's efforts to cultivate an air of mystery around her brand, the era of complete privacy for public figures has nearly vanished. Just one leaked message, one...
Oh, no, was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
If we envision the public life of the Carters as a grand theatrical performance, Blue Ivy stands as both a co-star and a representation, embodying their partnership, family, and future. Pulling on that thread risks the entire set collapsing. This is why Ray's allegations, along with the nanny's testimony, feel so precarious. They don't merely contest a single detail, they challenge the authenticity of the entire performance. In the court of public opinion, perception reigns supreme. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have faced accusations in the past, rumors of infidelity, business conflicts, even the notorious elevator incident. However, those tumultuous moments, while sensational,
Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled is a scene where it's checkerboards. These are all occult.
Moreover, these allegations have emerged in a media landscape where audiences are eager to play detective, meticulously reviewing past interviews, analyzing body language, and aligning timelines. Every public appearance since 2011 is being revisited. Every image from that pregnancy phase is under the microscope. The public is not just absorbing the rumor, they are actively investigating it. In an age where digital scrutiny has toppled politicians.
I sat there and I thought about how the media portrays Black men and how that is typical of the things that they would focus.
The Carter family's current silence aligns with their established approach. Never explain, never complain. However, this silence can be a double-edged sword. It may convey dignity, or it could be interpreted as avoidance. As more voices join the discussion, from supposed insiders to industry rivals with grievances, the danger of losing control over the narrative increases. In this environment, every new sighting of Blue Ivy, whether at a film premiere, a concert, or a casual outing, gains added importance. Supporters view her as a joyful, talented young woman flourishing under her parents' guidance. Meanwhile, skeptics search for any signs, however subtle, that something is amiss, with each side convinced the other is oblivious. The truth, whatever it may be, remains concealed behind the high walls the Carters have erected. Yet, the the combination of an old viral...
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up.
If we envision the public life of the Carters as a grand theatrical performance, Blue Ivy stands as both a co-star and a representation, embodying their partnership, family, and future. Pulling on that thread risks the entire set collapsing. This is why Ray's allegations, along with the nanny's testimony, feel so precarious. They don't merely contest a single detail, they challenge the authenticity of the entire performance. In the court of public opinion, perception reigns supreme. Beyonce and Jay-Z have faced accusations in the past, rumors of infidelity, business conflicts, even the notorious elevator incident. However, those tumultuous moments, while sensational, did not strike at the core of their family identity. This situation does.
And I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
The foundation of this theory is built not only on rumors, but also on selective interpretations of Jay-Z's lyrics. Fans have meticulously examined his body of work, pinpointing lines that, upon reflection, seem surprisingly confessional. Mentions of two shadows and families I can't name could be metaphorical, or perhaps something entirely different. Some suggest that a few producers associated with the Roc Nation orbit have alluded off the record to a narrative too perilous to disclose openly. In an industry where partnerships are solidified with NDA after NDA and loyalty is a form of currency, such enigmatic hints are the only things that ever seep out. Yet they suffice to keep people questioning, are we experiencing art, or are we witnessing a man leaving behind coded clues? It doesn't aid the situation that the public-facing narrative of the Carter family is strikingly consistent, almost rehearsed. Each public appearance, and every story shared in interviews reinforces the same image. 3 children, an unbreakable unit, and a life of jet-set normalcy amidst global fame. However, upon closer inspection,
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against it.
Discrepancies emerge. Why are certain family moments showcased in stunning high definition while others, particularly those involving the younger twins, Rumi and Sir, are shrouded in secrecy? Could it simply be parental caution, or is it a strategic move to manage what the public knows and when? In this context, Tina Knowles transcends the role of a loving grandmother in stylish frames. Her interviews, consistently warm yet measured, take on a new perspective when we entertain the idea of hidden family secrets. When she lauds her grandchildren's abilities, her enthusiasm is palpable. However, she remains careful, avoiding specific timelines and skimming over certain aspects of her early life. We must ponder, is this merely media savvy, or the disciplined approach of someone aware that even a single misstep could trigger an unwanted chain reaction? As Beyoncé's mother, Tina has been a steadfast figure in both her daughter's professional journey and personal story. A reliable spokesperson who can enchant the media while safeguarding sensitive information. There's no question that Tina's impact is significant.
At that time, I remember thinking, I can't be mad at her because that is what the media portrays.
She has maneuvered through her public existence with a mix of honesty and control, a blend that renders her both approachable and untouchable. Industry insiders refer to her as the family's discreet strategist, the one capable of making a story vanish before it goes to print. If the SGY rumors from years gone by held any validity, Tina would have been the perfect person to keep them under wraps. She possesses the credibility, the influence, and perhaps most crucially, the maternal instinct to protect her daughter from a media front. We've observed this type of protective matriarch role in various entertainment families, such as the Kris Jenners and the Dina Lohans. However, Tina's approach is more nuanced, grounded not in excessive sharing, but in curated storytelling. By managing the dissemination of information, she can influence public perception of the Carters, while also determining what remains confidential within the inner circle. This level of influence introduces a thought-provoking question. If there were other children, different arrangements, or truths that contradicted the brand, could Tina be the one with the ultimate control? The psychological angle here is difficult to overlook. On one hand, she appears to be just a grandmother safeguarding her family's privacy. On the other, she could be the mastermind behind a long-term
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to this
narrative aimed at concealing certain truths. Both interpretations are credible. Both serve the same goal, to shield the empire. Yet, one carries the subtle excitement of realizing that what we perceive might merely be the surface of a much larger, intricate reality. As we connect these dots, the timeline becomes more substantial. The reappeared folding clip, the unexpected return of Rymir sat wait with his purported lineage claims, the meticulously controlled public presence of the known Carter children, and now this elusive theory of missing twins. It forms a network that increasingly resembles not mere coincidence, but rather a carefully orchestrated performance. A performance where every move is crafted to keep our attention focused in one direction while something else transpires just beyond our...
This is what I look for. When I see a success, I'm looking for anything
to say that they didn't do it on their own.
Yeah.
Then there's the emotional impact. Blue Ivy is not just any celebrity offspring. She has shared the stage with her mother on Grammy-winning records and in blockbuster films. The world has seen her evolve from a swaddled infant in glossy magazine photos to a confident young performer commanding stadiums. Her very existence has been a fundamental part of the Carter brand. If this new story were ever proven true, it wouldn't merely rewrite a chapter, it would incinerate the entire book and begin anew. From an outsider's perspective, Beyoncé's motherhood seems as impeccable as her onstage persona. Family stories, like those from Tina Knowles praising Blue's self-taught piano abilities, her poetry, and her artwork, bolster the image of a talented child raised in a cocoon of love and creativity. Jay-Z emphasizes the importance of spending time with his children.